child's father and mother were amazed at what was being said about him. Like many parents, my husband and I are always amazed at what is said about our children at parent-teacher conferences. As we listened to a report about an obedient, rule-loving, good listening child this fall, my husband jokingly interrupted the teacher and said, "I'm sorry, are you sure you're talking about our son?" Teachers often see a side of our kids we don't, or perhaps we choose not to see because we're focused on what they're doing wrong, or our vision is clouded by expectations we have of what we want them to be that is perhaps beyond their present capabilities. It makes me wonder what might have been swirling through Mary and Joseph's head. After Mary's visitation and Joseph's dream, they too probably had lots of expectations in their head about what Jesus was going to be like. They too, like any parent, would be feeling lots of responsibility about shepherding this child into a responsible, loving adult. But in this moment, they got to step back and simply listen to what was being said about their child. And just remember, the presentation happened just weeks after the birth. Mary and Joseph were steeped in the newborn fog. They probably weren't thinking straight because of sleep deprivation. Who knows how breastfeeding was going and whether Jesus was a fussy baby or not. Suffice it to say, Mary and Joseph were probably showing up to the temple overwhelmed and emotional. And so what a gift to step back from the incessant demands of newborn life and hear such a message about their child. To be reminded that this child, with all its needs and demands, was pure gift, as every child, as every person is. I love in today's second voice that Pope Francis emphasizes that Simeon's praise was not about the Messiah working miracles, but about a baby. It was not about some extraordinary action, but about a simple family participating in a routine ritual. And so perhaps this message is an invitation for all of us to present our lives to God, whatever season we are in, however messy and overwhelming it might be, because that's where God works. That's where salvation lies, not in the extraordinary, but in the very ordinary, simple moments. Can you stop and take a step back from your life and allow yourself to be amazed? And it's also an invitation to do this with God in our prayer as well. So often our prayers are focused on either what God has done or what we need God to do. Funny that a newborn baby who had needs and demands, we now place our needs and demands on in our prayer. But can we step back and just marvel at who God is? Like Simeon, can we hold the infant Jesus? Or like Mary of Bethany, sit at the feet of Jesus, our friend? Or like the psalmist, marvel at God the Creator? As Pope Francis encourages us to simply welcome God's presence as God is, just be with God, because that alone is something to marvel in. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. May this year bring moments that leave you amazed in both your life and your prayer.